Hey, what's up, guys? It's OtakuLdesu, and I'm back with another how to draw tutorial video. We're going to be drawing another manga character this time. It's going to be the same emotion as last time. It's going to be an astonished manga character, but it's going to be a guy this time. So without further ado, let us get started. Okay, as you can see, I have a circle. You do not have to have it perfect, but for the sake of the tutorial being quicker and cleaner, so that you guys can see what I'm doing, I just used a little stencil to draw out the circle. Okay, so let's get started with some guidelines. First, we're gonna put in a guideline. It's not really a guideline. It'll help us carve out the structure for the face, and it's gonna be like this, going right down the left side or right side, depending on if your character is facing the other way. It's going to have the same position as last time that we were drawing. Alright, and now pretty much perpendicular to this line, as if it were a straight line that it came in, so like that. Right in the middle of the circle of a radius, and then connected, or not a radius, the center. Geez, math, it's killing me. Have an arched line that goes over the center of the circle, like so. Alright, and then that is your first guideline. Now you're going to want to carve out the structure of the left side of his face, or our left side, gosh, his right side. And let's get started on that. It's going to be the same as the other video, where you would start right above this line right here, and you're going to want to draw the brow bone, and it's going to come back like that. The cheekbone, and the cheekbone is not going to pass this original line that we drew. Not ever, actually, at any point in the video. And just sort of carve out his cheek. And then, depending on how your character looks, flesh out that chin. The chin's pretty easy. It's not. Pretty sure you guys can get it. If you notice, the chin, it comes in here and then out a bit. The chin protrudes out because he's on a 3/4 turn. Not all chins are like that, but I've noticed that in a lot of manga characters. Okay, so from the chin, this is going to be our point right here. You're going to want to put a little dot there for reference, or not reference, just because there are going to be two guidelines that we're going to be drawing. One is going to be right here, and that is going down the center of his face. Pretty much, that would represent the center of his face. And then you're going to want to draw a straight line from that dot that we drew to the center of the circle, and it extends up to the outside of the circle. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just keep it light. It doesn't need to be dark. It's only meant for really one thing later on. Okay, and then let's put in the nose. The nose, actually no, before you put in the nose, you're going to need one more guideline. Right here, at the point of the brow bone, you're going to want to put in a line that follows the same curve as that other line that we first put in. And now we can start the nose. The nose is going to start on this line here, right in between these two lines. So right there, that is where we're going to be starting. And his nose is going to come out at that angle, going past this original line that we drew here. And coming down at supposedly a 90-degree angle. It's hard to get angles right when they're curved lines. And then you can put in the nostril really quick. I always forget the nostril, so I try to put that in right afterwards. And so there's your nose. And now that you have your nose, we can start putting in the eyes. And the eyes go right in between these two lines that we have. And now the original purpose for this line was to make sure that you had your eye placed correctly, and it's not going to pass that point. So I'm going to put in my eye. Remember, there's no one way to do this. You guys have different eye styles that you can draw your different characters, so this is just sort of a general for you guys to follow. So we're going to put in this eye here. And remember, it's not going to pass this guideline right here. Hold on, I gotta pause the video. I'm gonna go get a drink, and I'll be right back. Alright, sorry I had to take that break. Halfway through some videos, just like a few minutes in, my voice starts to fail me, so I need to grab a drink. I should probably keep a water bottle by the side. Okay, but let's continue. I was on his left eye, and this is going to be an astonished eye, and his face is sort of tilted back a bit, so you're going to have the bottom of his eye sort of represent his cheek. And the iris, retina, whatever, I don't know what it's called, it's not going to touch the top part of our eye. There we go. There is our eye right there. Alright. And there's our first eye. Now we're going to put in the other eye. The other eye is pretty simple. It's going to be around here, but it's going to be, some of it's not even going to be visible. It's going to be hidden behind the nose. And you're just going to want to have a line. And it's not going to touch the top either because it's further away. And it's just sort of going to disappear behind the bridge of the nose. Not bridge of the nose, top of the nose. And you're going to have another line at the bottom, just poking out a bit. And then the other eye, sort of like it's peeking over the nose. Sort of like, hey, how's it going? Alright. And there you go. There are your eyes. Now we have the mouth. The mouth is very similar to the previous video that I did. It's just narrower. And yeah, so it's just going to follow this general shape of the cheek here. It's not going to be too close over, probably the same distance from where the nose stops. I've noticed that it in manga it doesn't show you going through usually the mouth going all the way across. It sort of keeps it on one side, but it does give it a nice effect. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. It's going to stop. It's going to be stopping the same distance from the chin as it is from the nose. And then you're going to want almost like a smiley face right here, like the previous video. So if you were to block that out, it would look like he's smiling, which is kind of weird because then you're like, wait, maybe I should just make him smiling. Yeah, and then let's round that off there. See where that connects. And this is going to follow this same line, sort of shadowing it, but it's going to be out at this angle. So more like that. Alright, and then it's going to curve over and then connect right there. And then there you go. There is the outline of your mouth. And something that I've noticed when you have a shocked or astonished anime character or guy, usually you have teeth. And teeth is a funny thing because I'm not used to drawing too much teeth in anime. And thankfully in teeth, you don't have to draw each individual tooth. I'm going to put in a fang right here though, just for emphasis. Emphasis! And we're going to draw the teeth behind, sort of like the molars going across. You don't have to, but it's just sort of to show that his head is tilting back a bit, like cowering away from whatever he's terrified of. And now we're going to put in the bottom teeth. I'm going to put in another fang there, and you're not going to have you're not going to be seeing teeth on the bottom and the back row because of course he's tilted back, so these teeth are higher up than the ones in the back. And then we're going to put in a tongue really quick. Tongue is pretty simple. It's just an arch line right there just to show where his tongue is. And then I guess that's pretty much it for the facial features other than the eyebrows and eyelid wrinkles. And so we're going to put in the eyelid wrinkles and eyebrows really quick. And then I'm going to move on to some hair. Oh, and the ear. So the ear is going to be interesting. So you don't have to put in eyelid wrinkles, but it's a very common thing to see in anime. So we're going to put that in. It's just an extra line that follows the shape of the top of your eye. There we go. And then the eyebrow, you're going to want to take from the point of this and bring another arched line. It's going to sort of arch over this line here. Connect. Not too much of a drastic difference. I'm sorry, hold on, I gotta pause the video again. I get another drink. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. We're gonna put in the eyebrows like I was talking about earlier, and so yes, the first eyebrow is going to be right between where, as if you were to extend a line up from the eyebrow wrinkle, it's gonna start right between this middle line that represents the middle of his face, or supposedly, and this line right here, right on that guideline that we drew, and it's going to come over and around, lined up with this. So if you're to extend another line here, that's where it would go to. So it's going to be it's going to follow the shape of the circle that we have there. Any eyebrow you want, depending on your own character that you're drawing. You can also follow along. Exactly. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me at all. Alright, and then again we're going to do that one more time right here. And the eyebrow is going to curve down right above the point of the brow bone. So right around here. That's where it's going to go to. And then it'll just sort of disappear off the side of his face. Okay, there we go. That's about it for the facial features. Now we just have the ear, and the ears are cool. I'm not an ear person. I don't ever draw that many ears. So we're just gonna, it's gonna be mostly hidden behind hair, but just to show you where it would be placed, it would be placed as if you extended this line up and these guidelines out. It would be right here in this box. That's where your ear would be. So, for an example, it would be like this. That's where it would be. Pretty simple, right? Alright, so if you like ears, you can go ahead and fill that in. I might fill that in during the time-lapse portion of my video. I'm going to put in some hair. This is not the time-lapse portion where I'm going to be filling in the ear. I might not even fill in the ear at all. I might just cover it up with hair. And then after I'm done with this area of hair, not the back, because the back is where we're going to do some other stuff, we're going to put in the neck and the shoulders just for more emphasis to show you his position. So, oh yeah, here we go. Okay, there we go. That is the front portion of the hair, and we're going to cover up the ear very secretively so that I don't have to draw the ear, because, dear goodness, them ears. I'll have a little bit of the ear showing, but it's just because those details are very difficult, and I want to save that for a later video to do. So, there. You have another video promised. Somewhat in the future, hopefully soon, which it might not be. But yeah, we're just going to finish up this hair in real time. If you noticed right up here, I put in another guideline to help me give volume to hair. I followed the same arc as the circle does, and I just elevated it up a centimeter or so, and it was just so that to emphasize that he has hair, and it's not just it's manga hair. It's manga and anime hair has a lot of volume, especially in shoujo that I've noticed. And actually, this does sort of look like a shoujo character. I was aiming more for a shonen character, but we're gonna finish up the hair really quick after we put in the neck. And the neck is going to come in, you see where this circle is here? That's where the back of his neck is going to be. So, like this. But the nape of his neck is going to come down like this. And then right lined up along with this line is where the front of his neck near his Adam's apple is going to be. Speaking of Adam's apple, why don't we put that in for extra manliness or something? Alright, there we go. And then you have your neck. And now you can start filling in the rest of your hair. There we go. And that's about it. If you've noticed, the hair sort of looks like it's being pulled towards us because he's swinging to look behind him over his shoulder. And speaking of his shoulder, why don't we put that shoulder there right now. So that's going to come up right here. And then that's where his left shoulder would be. And then his other shoulder can just be, you know, just sort of drooping down right over here. And yeah, that's about it. Pretty simple. It's easy to show more fright or astonishment if you show emphasis around the eyes, maybe some lines right here, almost like he's twitching under his eye. And that's about it for the general sketch of the character. I'm going to go into time-lapse, do some inking, and I'll be right back. I will do shading with you on this video because I did not do it on the previous video. So, yeah, here we go. Okay, so that's, I think that's all my inking. I wanted to do the eyes with you guys because that's one of the most popular things on YouTube, eyes. And so yeah, I'm going to do some eyes really quick with you. We're going to do this one over here, just so we can save the secret for last. Obviously it's going to have a bubble. It's going to be colored in. Oops. Alright, there we go. We have our pupil. There's our bubble. And remember, there is no way to draw an anime or manga eye. It's all how you decide to do it. I'm just going to do mine something different here. There we go. That's his eye. And that's about it for all the inking. I'm just going to go on erase really quick and then we'll do some shading. Alright, so that's it for the erasing, hopefully. Forgot to do the eyelid wrinkles. I always forget something. Just look for something that I forget in my videos. You'll always find something. There you go. Okay. Alright, so that's about it for the inking. Now all we have to do is shading. Remember, you can do this with a pencil, a pen, depending on what you want to use. I'm going to use just a regular pen. Just to show you guys can do it with a pen, even though I'm awful with it. But yeah, okay, so we're going to start around in the mouth, and the mouth is just going to get shaded in right there. That's about it. That's all you need to shade. Oops, mistakes. There you go, there's the mouth. And then now the inside of the ear area. And the outside. Alright, and then we're going to get right under the chin here. Or the jawbone, sorry. Try to be delicate. Alright, there we go. There's the jawbone, and then we're going to get right behind this tendon on the neck. I still have yet to figure out what that's called. Alright, and then under the hair here, just a little bit. And then this part of the hair is going to need some shading. Alright, and right under these strands here. Right, and behind the nape, there's one hidden strand there. Okay, and that's pretty much it for shading. Oh, we forgot the nostril. And yeah, I think that's about it for shading, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys found this tutorial helpful and useful. Hopefully you guys will be able to put to use something in this video later on in the future. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. OtakuLdesu out.